Have you had a moment to breathe?
A little bit. It's nice being home. It's kind of when I get to decompress a little bit. But these past few weeks, man, it's been go, go, go. From the combine, had like 6 days, and then pro day, and it's been back to back to back now with meetings and private workouts. But being back home in Jacksonville gives me like a couple days to kind of relax. I've been to Jacksonville, Carolina, and then Miami and Detroit will be my official ones.
Okay, and when you say private, are you going there or are they coming to see you work out?
The Saints tight end coach met me in Columbia and worked me out for just a private workout. But that's the only on-the-field thing I've done post-combine. Weirdest room I went in, I won't throw the team under the bus, but for the first 10 minutes of the interview, you meet with a psychiatrist. While the coaches all 15 personnel are sitting on the left side of the room, and it's just one-on-one like this with a psychiatrist, and he's just asks you pretty much everything.
So when you walk in the room there, you don't know he is going to be sitting there. They don't give you any heads up.
No.
At that point, do you just like laugh or just take it all in?
Kind of take a deep breath.
Yeah.
And the questions, after a while, the questions are the same. So you can kind of a little bit prep yourself. I don't know if there is a way to really prep yourself for it because it's pretty rapid fire.
Right.
But at first, you have no idea what room you're going into until you get there.
You don't know the team? Mm-mm. Wow.
Because all you get a card with.
There you go.
You get a card like that, and it has a time, and then it has a room number. It doesn't say team.
Wow.
So it's like room 115 at 6:30, and you don't know until the liaison comes and grabs you, and it's like you see a Detroit Lions logo or a Jacksonville Jaguars logo, and takes you to the room, but then you don't know who's going to be in the room, and it's normally like 15, 20, the higher personnel guys. So it's a little intimidating.
Wow.
My perspective is if you think my age is a negative thing, I would completely disagree with that.
Yeah, I would say it's positive.
As far as I haven't taken the hits that some guys have. I played baseball, which is extremely non-contact sport.
Right.
I haven't really lifted, and I don't have the wear and tear on my body. And then
that's great.
On the back half of that, I'm more mature than some people. I've been through a lot more in my 4 years than those guys have, coming out of high school and going straight to college. I've experienced life, I know what it's like to have money and be on my own and make decisions, about life. And, it's just, I think my maturity level is a little bit higher than some guys. Like I said, I've experienced different things.
Any of them ask you about the baseball experience?
Oh, yeah. I told that story probably 22 times.
I know,
You sit in the room and it's, tell me about baseball, what happened, tell me about your high school, your past 4 years in the minor leagues. So, yeah, I have that story pretty well rehearsed.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Do you still keep the journal?
I do. I haven't written in it probably in the past year or so. It was more of a, when I was struggling through some things, I was able to write it down and get my, thoughts and feelings out on a day-to-day basis. But I haven't really kept it in the past year. But, I still have it, and I still kind of flip through it.
Did you write about it? Did you write it while you were in Columbia? Or is there no football in there?
No, I don't think there's any football stuff in there. It's just, like I said, just a different time in my life where I think I needed it. And then when I got to Columbia, just things kind of changed, and I got away from it a little bit.
What would you write in it now? And how different would the tone be?
Oh, man. I think it would be night and day. Some of the stuff in there, I was going through some pretty hard times, so it was pretty tough stuff to read, nowadays. But, I'm a pretty strong, resilient person. I bounce back from it, and it's cool to reflect on that, to see where I was and where I've gotten. And I think I would probably keep it pretty short nowadays, I'm pretty proud of the person that I've become and the experiences that I've gone through and dug myself out of. I was actually talking to one of my buddies about it the other day. It's funny how things played out because I always saw baseball more as, a monetary sport. I always thought, I can make a lot of money doing this. Like, I'll be in the major leagues, I'll make millions and millions of dollars. But football was always just raw athletic ability. I never thought of it as, a financial gain. It was just, I enjoyed the sport and I was really good at it, and I just played at a high level. And I think that's why I see it the way I do today and why I've had the most success, because I just go out and have fun. Ironically enough, it was kind of this same scenario. I was told first or second round. Pretty excited going into it. I think the draft night, the first night's on TV. I had, a couple family members over, and we were sitting there watching. And, first night came and went. Second day came and went. And, I didn't really know what the heck was going on. But, apparently an agent agent at the time, who's no longer a part of this family, priced me out, without contacting me or my family, put a number out there and chased some teams away. So that's why I fell off to the 17th round. But just sitting around waiting, for 2 days was pretty rough. I think by day 3 when my mom, let me know that, I was on the computer or whatever, hey, you got picked by the Pirates. I think I was out at the beach with my friends. And I looked at it for like 2 seconds and I was like, cool, I'm leaving. So it was.
You left the beach to come home or something?
No, I was here heading out to the beach.
Oh.
And my mom was like, hey, you just got picked. And I looked at the computer and I think I was pick 536 or something like that. And I kind of glanced at the computer and I was like, cool.
It says Hurst, comma Hayden, and that's it.
Yep. Pittsburgh Pirates, pick 536. And I was like, well, cool. And I just headed out. Figured I'd be at Florida State or something playing baseball. And weirdly enough, things worked out the way they did. But, I'm happy. And hopefully, I wouldn't say that I'm superstitious this go around, but I'm a little, I've heard, you're going to go day 1 in the 19 to 32. Yeah. I kind of take that with a grain of salt until I get the phone call, on Thursday night. I'll be really excited then, but for the time being, I'm just going to control what I can control. To be completely honest, I know it's going to, not many people get drafted, but I didn't really care. I was pretty upset with how things kind of unfolded. I was expecting to go the first night or the second day, the first or second round, and it didn't work out that way. But God works in mysterious ways, man. And everything for the past 5 years is it's been tough. I've worked my way out of some things, but I think everything couldn't have happened any better. Put me in the position that I am today, and it's made me the person that I am today. So I have no regrets with anything.
How much do you want this experience to be so much different than the last one?
Oh my gosh, man. Like I said, it was a tough, 4 years, 3-4 years being with the Pirates, but I've worked my tail off to get to where I am today, and I'm never going to let myself get in that situation again just because I'm going to outwork the next person. And football is just such a different game than baseball. Baseball is so slow-paced and mental, but football, your hard work off the field, kind of correlates more so than it does with baseball, because baseball is so mentally taxing. But
right.
Football, you can get in there and grind away and work on some things and sharpen some things up, and it correlates more to the field. So I think my skill set now is more suited for the football field than it is for baseball. I think my work ethic kind of matches up with that as well. So if I have anything to say about it, I'm not going to let things go the way they did, a couple years ago.